What if starting today you could transform your marriage? Would you? Well, you can. But before I get into all that, let me welcome you back to my channel. My name is Ayanna, and this is Beyond Committed, where we talk about everything from life, faith, family, marriage, motherhood, and everything in between, and we take them beyond. If this is your first time here, welcome, and I'm so glad you stopped by. And to make sure you're not a stranger, make sure you press that subscribe button below and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video. All right, now let's dive right in. Well, I don't know about you, but I love to read. And my favorite types of books to read are romance novels. I mean, they're just my thing. I love love. I love seeing people fall in love. I love kind of seeing all the drama that happens between them. And I love seeing a happy ending. But in real life, everything isn't a happy ending. And all the drama in between means there's some work that needs to happen in order for you to have a successful relationship and a successful and happy marriage. And that work sometimes needs to be put in different ways. And a great way for you to put in a little extra work and a great way for you to start to transform your marriage are through books. And this is something that I discovered a few years ago, and I'm so glad I did, because it's so much information and so many different tips and tools and different experiences that you can gain from different people's lives that you may not even know or may not ever meet, but they can do something in your life that can be transformational, not just for you as a wife, but for your marriage. And it's so important that we kind of have a toolbox of different books that, can help you along the journey and to help you with the transformation you may be seeking, or just kind of give a little spark, because we all need that from time to time. And there are 5 books that I absolutely love that I've actually read more than once and read at different times in our marriage that kind of helped us along and helped us to see different things and helped us to connect in different ways. And I wanted to share those with you today. The first book, which is a book I know so many of you may have already heard of or may have read, but if you don't, it's a must read for all married couples. It is The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And it is an awesome way for you to kind of learn how to love each other the way the other person needs to be loved. Because so many of us try to love our spouse the way we want to receive love, and they may not be receiving it that way. And the 5 Love Languages takes you through different stories and different situations to help you to see, okay, how do these love languages kind of play out? What do they really mean? And then also there's like a quiz at the end for you to kind of figure out, what is your love language? And I know my husband and I, when we first took it, which was a few years after we got married, which I wish we would have took it earlier, like before even getting married, because I learned that I was trying to love my husband how I wanted to be loved, because I love gifts. Gifts is one of my love languages. I love stuff. It can be little, it can be big, it can be a card and some candy, or it can be diamonds, because I love it all. I just love stuff. And it shows me that, you love me. You've thought about me. You've taken the time to buy me something. But for my husband, he's not a gifts person. He likes things, and when I think about something he needs or something he's wanted, he's grateful for that, but that doesn't show him love. He needs words of affirmation. So I have to make sure that I am giving him the words of affirmation he needs, the love, the care, and making sure I'm vocal about it, because that's the love he needs. And then one thing I also learned, that if you've done the 5 love languages a few years ago, maybe try doing the quiz again, because things change. I know for me, I was gifts and acts of service. Now I'm gifts and affirmation. I need to hear all the words. I need to know and feel all the feels. And I still need you to buy me some things. Those 2 things, they kind of just work for me. But in the 5 love languages, you not just learn, okay, what are your love languages, but you also learn how to love your husband in a way that he actually receives love as you see what his love language really is. And the second book, which I love because it's something that you as a wife can do all by yourself, it's not a couple thing, is Dare to Love Your Husband Well. It's a 90-day devotional for Christ-Centered Wives by Sarah Daigle. And it is a great way for you to kind of just start your day in a way that focuses on God and a way that focuses on your marriage. And it shows you different practical tips. There's scripture. There's different things every day that you can do, different ways that you can just show your husband love in simple ways. It's ways you may have already done. It's ways you may have forgot about, or it shows you new ways to kind of just show your husband that you love him. And showing showing your husband love, because love is an action, is a great way to help to transform your marriage. It's a great way to add that spark back if that spark has gone, or if you just want to add a few extra sparks if the fire is burning strong. Whatever it is and whatever point you are, taking time every day to draw closer to God and draw closer to your husband is a great way to not just start your day, but to transform your marriage. And the third book that I love, because it's something that you can do with your husband, is One by Jimmy Evans. It's actually a 52-week devotional. It's something that you can do together, and it's something that you don't have to do every day because life is busy. I mean, there's only so much time in a day, and trying to get together to do something every single day, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, can be overwhelming and can often then get left off the to-do list. So by doing something once a week where you come together to kind of grow and build is a great way for you to not just transfer your marriage, but to nurture it and strengthen it. And it gives you practical tips. There's scripture and there's different things that it tells you and shows you. It also gives you like different assignments and different ways to kind of just pour into each other, and dates and so many other things that you may not even think about. And it's a way for you to kind of just come together, pick one day a week to come together to kind of go through everything. But what my husband and I did was we read it on our own at some point during the week, because sometimes there's things you need to do, things you need to write down, things you need to think about. So when you do come together, it's a way for you to kind of, okay, what did you learn from this? How do we grow together? And also, how do we grow closer to God as we build and nurture our marriage, which is always a great thing to do. And the fourth book that I love, that I actually give away as gifts to newlywed couples, is the Couples Devotional Bible in the NIV version. I love it because growing closer to God is something that we all should be doing as individuals. I mean, our relationship with God is so personal. That is something that we should be devoting time to daily. But as a married couple, something that you need to do together as well. And what I love about this devotional Bible is you can do it at whatever pace you want. Whether it's something that you do every day, whether it's something that you pick, okay, we're going to do these scriptures this week, or we're going to take these few weeks to kind of dive into this, whatever it is, whatever point you are. It's so important that you're growing in your faith as individuals, but this Bible helps you to grow in your faith as a married couple. It gives you practical tips. It gives you different ways to kind of study and dive deep into different scriptures, and shows you, okay, how can we grow as individuals? Yes, but how do we grow our marriage so that we're stronger and more God-centered than we've ever been? And the fifth book that I know will help to strengthen, nurture, and transform your marriage, because I know it did for mine, is Boundaries in Marriage by Henry Cloud and John Townsend. It's a great way for you to see why boundaries in marriage is necessary, because in all relationships we need boundaries. So we need the practical tips on what kind of boundaries do we set, how do we reinforce them, and a biblical basis for them. And this book is a great way for you to kind of learn those things. And it also is a great thing for you to revisit over time, because as things change, as you grow, as you add kids, as you know, kids grow up and different situations and circumstances happen within your life and within your marriage. Sometimes you have to revisit those boundaries, and this is a great way for you to do that, to have a biblical basis for it, and for you to nurture and strengthen your marriage while you transform it in a way that is God-centered and God-honoring. All right, that's it for today. And I want to know, which one of these books have you already read, and which one do you plan on getting? Let me know in the comment box below. And remember, there's a link for all of these books in the description as well. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and then make sure you press that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video. All right, now, until I see you again, bye.